They scroll, they watch, but they never post. In a world obsessed with sharing, some choose silence, and it's not what you think. This video reveals the hidden psychology behind the quiet ones online. What are they protecting? What do they know? And why their silence might be louder than your feed. Chapter 1. The Digital Disappearance. Why some souls stay silent. They're online, watching, scrolling, absorbing, but never posting. No selfies. No stories. No curated captions. Just quiet presence in a world that never stops shouting. You've seen them, or maybe you are one of them. The ones who don't share their meals, their milestones, or their moods. The ones who seem invisible in the digital crowd. And yet they're more present than most. Why? It's not because they have nothing to say. It's not because they're shy or disconnected. It's because they've chosen something different. Something deeper. In a world where everyone is performing, silence becomes a kind of power. For some, not posting is a form of protection. A way to keep something sacred. When everything is shared, nothing feels real. When every moment is filtered, the soul starts to fade. So they retreat, not from life, but from the performance of it. Others stay silent because they're tired. Tired of the pressure to be interesting, tired of the need to be seen, tired of the invisible scoreboard that turns every post into a competition for attention. They've felt the emptiness behind the likes. They've tasted the loneliness that follows applause. And then there are those who simply don't need it. Their validation doesn't come from hearts or comments. It comes from within. They're not hiding. They're just not performing. They've realized something most people haven't. That visibility isn't the same as connection. That being seen doesn't always mean being known. That sharing doesn't always mean truth. Psychologist Carl Jung once said, "The privilege of a lifetime is to become who you truly are." But how can you become anything real when you're constantly curating a version of yourself for others to consume? The truth is, some people don't post because they're too busy living. They're not crafting a highlight reel. They're immersed in the full, messy, beautiful reality of their lives. And that reality doesn't always fit in a square frame. They don't need to prove they're happy. They don't need to announce their growth. They don't need to explain their silence. Because they know. The most important things often happen off-screen. And maybe that's why their presence feels so mysterious. So magnetic. Because in a world where everyone is trying to be seen, the ones who don't try at all become unforgettable. There's a quiet rebellion in their silence. A refusal to play the game. A decision to protect their energy, their truth, their soul. They're not antisocial. They're just anti-performance. They've felt the cost of constant exposure. The erosion of identity, the pressure to be on all the time. And they've chosen something else, something more honest. They've chosen to disappear from the feed so they can reappear to themselves. And maybe you felt that too, that ache to step back, that craving for stillness, that whisper that says, you don't have to share this, you can just live it. If you've ever felt like you're disappearing online, like your silence makes you less real, know this. Your worth isn't measured by your visibility. You don't need to post to exist. You don't need to share to matter. In fact, your silence might be the most honest thing about you. There's a kind of strength in not needing to be seen, in not chasing likes, in not performing for strangers. It's the strength of someone who knows who they are even when no one's watching. And that strength is rare. It's sacred. It's yours. So if you've ever felt the pull to step back, to protect your peace, to reclaim your soul from the scroll, then you're not alone. This space is for you. This video isn't here to convince you to post more. It's here to remind you that your silence has meaning, that your absence is not emptiness, that your choice to stay hidden might be the most powerful thing you've ever done. And if that resonates with you, if you feel seen in this moment, then take a breath. You're in the right place. Before we go deeper, take a moment to subscribe to the channel. Not because you need more noise, but because you deserve more truth. This is a space for the quiet ones, the deep feelers, the souls who are done performing, and we're just getting started. Now, let's look at what happens when the mask of visibility starts to crack. Chapter 2, The Mask of Visibility. What posting can steal from you. We ended with the quiet ones, the ones who choose silence over spectacle. But what happens when you don't? When you feel the pull to be seen, liked, validated? That's where the mask begins. It starts small. A photo here, a caption there, a moment shared. At first it feels harmless, even exciting. You're connecting, expressing, participating. But slowly the line between truth and performance begins to blur. You start posting not because you want to, but because you feel you should. Because silence feels like absence. Because visibility feels like proof. And so the mask forms. It's not made of plastic or porcelain. It's made of expectation, of pressure, of the quiet fear that if you don't show up online, you'll disappear altogether. The mask is clever. It gets likes. It gets praise. It gets attention. But it also gets heavy. Because every time you post something that isn't fully true, a piece of you disappears. Every time you perform instead of express, the gap between who you are and who you show grows wider, and that gap is where the soul starts to drown. You begin to feel hollow, not because you're broken, but because you're exhausted. Exhausted from being on, exhausted from chasing relevance, exhausted from the quiet fear that if you stop posting, you'll stop mattering. The mask doesn't protect you. It hides you. It hides your depth, your complexity, your contradictions. It hides the parts of you that don't fit into captions, and over time it convinces you that those parts aren't worth showing. You start to forget what your real face looks like, and that's the danger. Not the posting itself, but the slow erosion of authenticity. The way the mask steals your voice, your fire, your essence. Psychologist Eric Fromm once wrote, "The danger of the past was that men became slaves. The danger of the future is that men may become robots. And in the digital age, that danger is real. Not because we're being controlled, but because we're being conditioned. Conditioned to perform, to please, to disappear behind a persona. We become actors in our own lives, smiling when we're tired, sharing joy when we're aching, pretending to be okay because the feed doesn't like discomfort. And the more we do it, the more we forget how to be anything else. The mask becomes familiar, comfortable even, but it's not who we are. And the longer we wear it, the harder it becomes to take off, because taking it off means risking rejection. It means showing the parts of ourselves that aren't polished, that aren't perfect, that aren't easy to digest, but those parts, the raw, unfiltered, messy ones, are where our truth lives. And truth is magnetic. It doesn't need filters. It doesn't need applause. It just needs space. If you've ever felt that ache, the one that says, "I'm tired of pretending," round, then this is your moment. You're not alone. You're not wrong. You're just waking up. You're waking up to the cost of the mask, to the weight of performance, to the quiet craving for something real. And if this chapter speaks to something inside you, take a breath and subscribe to the channel. Not for more noise, but for more clarity. This space is for the ones who are done performing, for the ones who want to feel real again, for the ones who are ready to unmask, because the mask may be familiar, but it's not who you are. And now let's step into the fire. The part where everything breaks, so something sacred can be reborn. Chapter 3, The Sacred Reveal, Dying to be Reborn. The mask may be familiar, but it's not who you are. And when you finally feel the weight of it, when the performance becomes unbearable, something inside begins to crack. Not loudly, not dramatically, but quietly, like a whisper that's been waiting years to be heard. This is the moment of sacred reveal. It's not about exposing yourself to the world. It's about returning to yourself, the real you, the one who existed before the roles, before the filters, before the need to be liked. But here's the truth. Before you can be reborn, something has to die. The mask. The persona, the version of you that was built for approval. It doesn't go quietly, it clings, it begs. It tells you that without it, you'll be nothing. That silence is dangerous. That invisibility is failure. But it's lying, because what's dying isn't you, it's the illusion. And what's being born is something far more powerful, your essence. This rebirth isn't flashy. It's not a viral moment. It's slow, sacred, sometimes painful. You'll feel exposed. You'll feel uncertain. You'll feel like you're stepping into a world that no longer recognizes you. But that's okay, because you're not here to be recognized. You're here to be real. And realness doesn't need applause, it needs courage. To sit in your silence and know it's enough. To speak only when it's true. To share only when it's whole. To let go of the need to be seen and trust that your presence is felt. This is the sacred fire. The one that burns away the false and leaves only what's true. It's not comfortable, but it's clean. It's honest. It's yours. And once you've felt it, you can't go back. You'll start to notice things. The way your body relaxes when you stop performing. The way your thoughts deepen when you're not curating. The way your soul stretches when it's no longer confined to a persona. You'll begin to feel alive again. Not because you're louder, but because you're lighter. Not because you're more visible, but because you're more present. And in that presence, you'll find something you forgot. Your own voice. Not the one built for captions. The one built for truth. It may tremble at first. It may feel unfamiliar, but it's yours. And it's sacred. So if you're here, if you've walked through the silence, the mask, the fire, then you're ready. Ready to live without pretending. Ready to speak without performing. Ready to be without needing to be seen. And if this journey has stirred something in you, if you feel the shift, the awakening, the quiet roar inside, then take a breath and subscribe to the channel. Not for more content, but for more connection, for more truth, for more moments like this. Because this space isn't for the loud, it's for the real. You don't need to post to prove you exist. You don't need to perform to be worthy. You don't need to be seen to be whole, you just need to remember, and now you have.